Hello, this is Mr. Huff, and I wanted to do a real quick run through. I'm just going to look at one class, but it's very similar for my other classes. So I want to point out that the Canvas calendar is kind of deceptive. So what I need you to do is go to the dashboard, and then we are going to look at aerospace. But civil engineering and practicum and STEM are very similar. But if we go look at aerospace, and go to the home page, you'll see right here on the syllabus, you will have some information like the parent letter. We're working on learning goals right now. I'll have that linked here. Here's your required supplies. You need a composition notebook, a black or a blue pen, a colorful pen to write with that needs to be easy to read, and cheap earbuds. I would also suggest an inexpensive scientific calculator if you don't already have one. So this is going to be the starting point. Right here are some instructions for setting up your composition notebook and a little bit about rules. I also have a playlist embedded in that. So if you missed class today, or if we got cut off early because of shuttle times and that sort of thing, you can go find that right there. If you click on agenda for this week, you will see this number and letter at the top. So it's E11. This is the first grading period and the first week of that. So you will be able to see where we are in the 6 weeks. If you ever need to go back and look at last week or the weeks behind, you can use this weekly link right here. And then I'm trying this right now. We'll see how it goes. I'm waiting on some feedback. So I'll list the submissions for that class in this section right here under the title. We have a notebook setup. Your notebook setup is going to be something that I'm checking for. So this goes along with that slide deck that you saw earlier. So you can just open that and look at it. Every class this week has some sort of independent learning. This is going to be taking notes. And what you learned in the notebook slide deck, that also applies to this. Let me go ahead and open this as an example. So I explain why you need it, and then I give you a link to some information. In this case, they're looking at the evolution of flight. Civil engineering and practicum are looking at different things, but the strategy is the same. You're going to read this and take notes in your notebook, okay? In here, I will give you some questions or prompts because right now we're just getting started. I'm going to give you a few things to think about. For in this case, it says you should probably capture a timeline of events. You need to think about names and contributions, why drones are stable, and how each step leads to the next step. So how did one advancement lead to another advancement? And then at the end of this, you're going to do 2 concept connections. In your notebook, I gave you some concept connection prompts. It's basically saying, how is this related to this? So here's an example. How or why does A make B do whatever it does? So in this case, your prompt or your concept connection may look like this. How do horizontal and vertical surfaces make heavier than air vehicles fly in a controlled manner? And this is straight from the notes. You're going to tell me how these 2 things interact. Okay, so you're going to write down the prompt and then explain it and then probably skip a line and do another one. And you're looking at different ideas from the notes. Is it enough to catch all of your notes? No, but it is enough to get you wrestling with the ideas. It's best if you choose topics that are the least familiar to you. When you get back to class on Friday, we're going to do peer reviews. So you're going to swap your notebook with the peer, and they're going to give you, they're going to identify a strength, and they're going to identify an improvement opportunity or pose a question. Then you'll respond to your peer, and then you're going to bring that to me, and I'll either mark it done or still working. Okay? So that's an example of the notes. Let's go back to then if we scroll down to Monday, you can see right here, there is a place for you to vote on your favorite achievement level descriptors. And if you have your own, you can put those in there as well. Then we've talked about everything else. So this is something we didn't get to today, so we're going to start working on that. Later this week, there will be some part of a presentation that you're developing with a partner. So main things right now, get your notebook set up and start doing those notes. Okay, that's a real quick rundown of the kind of stuff we talked about today. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.